Thank you so much for joining me today at Everyday Yoga. I really appreciate everyone being here. We're on a live Zoom class tonight, so we are going to do some breath practices, and we are going to work with the throat chakra a little bit, or I should say practice with the throat chakra a little bit. I don't like that word work. I don't know why, but it kind of has a negative connotation. We're practicing, we're balancing, we're supporting. So find a comfortable seat, sitting on a cushion or a block or rolled up blanket or towel. I like coming into Sadasana with one heel pulled in and then the second one right in front. And maybe we can go ahead and kind of press into the tops of the thighs just a little bit and push down on the hips, even as we draw up with the crown of the head. Draw those shoulders up towards the ears, and then actively draw them down and as far away from the ears as you can get it. Find this nice tall spine, and then release the hands and just let go like 20%. So you were really nice and extended. Now we're softening, feeling tall and strong, sitting up with our full height here. And then we're going to come into the present moment here by noticing the breath. And if it feels comfortable for you to close your eyes, it might help you to feel more centered and help you to go inward a little more. But if that's not comfortable, just keep a soft gaze. And so we're just noticing how the air comes in through the nostrils and how it flows back out as we exhale. And as we notice the breath, maybe take your attention to your legs and your sit bones and the connection they have to the mat, the ground, the earth underneath you. Really feeling that strong connection as you continue to inhale and exhale through the nose. Let's go ahead and just focus on the throat. The color of the throat chakra is beautiful summer sky blue, cerulean blue. Maybe you might want to imagine that beautiful sky blue color glowing in your throat, in your jaw, in your shoulders. Maybe throughout your whole body, but keeping your attention at the throat. And as we continue visualizing that beautiful blue color, maybe we can find a nice balanced breath. Inhaling and counting however many beats it takes you to inhale. So it might be inhale, 2, 3, 4. And then as you exhale, try to match the same number of beats. So it would be exhale, 2, 3, 4. Might be 3, might be 5. Whatever it is perfect for you. So just let that be your count, your balanced breath. And we'll just take that breath a few times. Inhaling down as deep into the belly as you can. And exhaling just to let it go. Maybe visualizing that water balloon in the low belly, filling it up with the faucet. And as you exhale, just let it all go, slipping from the faucet. Like my daughter says, just bleh, let it go. Just drop it. And then there's a breath in yoga called Ujjayi Breath. It is a really basic breath in yoga, just to help anchor you and to stimulate the throat. And what it is kind of like trying to sound like Darth Vader or like the ocean, like the inside of a shell. And so you're sort of breathing in and constricting the back of the throat. So I like to visualize that my nostrils are right here on the bumps of my collarbones. So imagine you can inhale in through the collarbones right into the back of the throat, and then exhale the same way. So let me demonstrate for you. You can hear it over the creepy ice cream van. Almost like you're snoring with your mouth closed. So see if you can just find that Ujjayi breath. It can be a little difficult, so if you can't, don't worry about it. Just come back to your balanced breath. And as we cultivate that Ujjayi breath, let's go ahead and inhale right here at center. And as we exhale, let's take the gaze out over the right shoulder. Maybe not all the way, maybe just halfway for now. And then we'll inhale back to center and exhale, taking the gaze out over the left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, gaze out over the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale out over the left shoulder. One more time to each side, moving with the balanced breath or the Ujjayi breath or some combination of the two. And we'll come back to center. And this time, let's go ahead and take our fingertips back behind us and kind of lean back just enough to switch the cross of the legs. We want to keep our hips nice and balanced out here. We won't be here much longer, but let's go ahead and take that opportunity to reestablish that nice long spine. Maybe draw those shoulder blades down the back. Tuck the chin. Draw yourself up to your full height and then just ease off just a little bit. Soften. And let's go ahead and inhale and draw the arms out to the sides at shoulder height, palms facing the earth, or might be a little bit lower if that feels better in your shoulders here, but no higher than shoulder height. And this time, as we inhale over to the right, we're going to turn the palm up on the left side. Well, actually, we'll inhale center. We'll exhale to turn the gaze over the right shoulder as we lift the left palm. Come back to center on an inhale, turning the palm back over, and then exhale out over the left fingertips, turning the right palm up to the sky. Inhale back to center, palm turns down. Exhale, gaze over the right fingers, turn the left palm up. Inhale, turning the left palm down, back to center. Exhale over the left fingertips, turning the right palm up. And we'll just continue kind of doing that, just flowing a little bit here. going back and forth. Just noticing what you feel in the neck and in the shoulders, maybe in the upper back. Lift the heart just a little bit. Keep that chin tucked to keep the neck beautifully long. Maybe draw those shoulder blades down the back toward one another. We'll go one more time on each side. And then we'll inhale back to center, turning the palms down towards the earth and bringing the fingertips down. Let's reestablish that balanced breath or that Ujjayi breath. Or like I said, a combination of the two. And then this time, let's go ahead and inhale, just taking the right fingertips out over to the right. And then as we exhale, let's bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. Soften through the forehead. Soften through the jaw. Maybe take the fingertips down a little lower and see how that changes the sensations in the sides of the neck. You can stay here with the fingertips out to the side, or here with the fingertips down to the mat. Or you can take your right hand behind your back, bringing the back of the right hand over towards your left side. And then if it feels good, you can hold on to that left arm or elbow, upper arm, maybe the forearm. I'm at the forearm here. And then reestablish that spine because we're not wanting to twist. We're just wanting to hold on to that as we bring that left ear back to the left shoulder. So we've got this real nice stretch all the way from behind the ear, maybe down the neck, into the shoulder, maybe the arm. Just notice what you feel, where you feel it. Finding that balanced breath, softening where you can. The next time you inhale, keep the ear where it is. Release the right hand. Take the left palm to the left cheek and very gently bring the head back up to the top of the spine. Keep your hand there for just a moment, taking care of yourself. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release the left hand down. This time, we'll take those left fingertips out to the side. Maybe up as high as shoulder height, but whatever feels good to you. And then take the right ear gently over towards the right shoulder. Breathing here. Exploring with the height of that left arm what feels best for you. And then either staying out to the side or fingertips to the mat, or drawing that left arm behind you to hold on to the right arm. And getting that same big stretch in the left side body here. Finding that tall spine and the balanced breath. Softening where you can, soften through the jaw, through the muscles of the face. Let the hips and the legs be heavy, anchoring you down toward the earth. One more big breath here. And then keeping the right ear where it is for now, let's release that left hand. And then bring the right palm to the right cheek. And gently, like you were holding the hand of a small child, bring the head back to the top of the spine. Go ahead and release that right hand down. And we're going to come off whatever support we're in and send the legs out long. Maybe shake them out a little bit because we've been sitting in a cross-legged position for a while here. Maybe rotate the ankles in one direction and then the other. Maybe point and flex the toes. Draw those fingertips out to the sides here and reestablish that nice long spine, that beautiful tall seat that you cultivated for yourself. Drawing those shoulder blades down the back, lifting the heart, tucking the chin, drawing the points of the ears up towards the sky. Flex through the feet, pointing the toes upward, nice and tall and strong. And then let's go ahead and inhale, bringing the arms up into our V for victory position. Rotating the pinkies inward and drawing the shoulder blades down the back, lifting the heart, refocusing your attention on that throat and that beautiful blue color. And as we inhale, let's just hinge forward with a nice tall spine, hinging forward at the hips, maybe just a couple inches. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and release the hands down towards the earth. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. Exhaling maybe to come a little bit closer to the thighs. Inhale, length. Exhale to soften. Relax the shoulders. Relax the jaw. One more breath here, that nice, long, balanced breath. The next time you inhale, go ahead and use the fingertips to walk yourself back up to a tall seat. And then let's draw the right foot in towards the left thigh with that right knee down on the mat beside you. If it doesn't quite reach or it feels a little uncomfortable, you can have the foot a little farther away from the groin, or you can place a block or a pillow or something underneath the knee just to support yourself here. But if you do have a block, this is going to be fun. Keep it next to you. Or if you have two blocks and you want one under the knee and one for the fun thing we're going to do, definitely do that. Or use a cushion or whatever here. So we'll come back to that nice tall seat, fingertips out towards the sides here, supporting your tall spine, left foot flexed. And the next time we inhale, we'll bring those arms up alongside the ears, keeping the heart in line with that left knee. Draw those shoulder blades down the back, rotate the pinkies inward for your victorious pose. On your next inhale, go ahead and hinge forward at the hips. Exhaling to come any amount closer to the thigh, or just soften and relax where you are. Inhaling length, exhaling softness or to deepen. And then release the fingertips down towards the earth. Take your block and put it right next to your left knee, kind of out in front of you, and you'll have to adjust it because body heights are different. Instead of just folding forward over the thigh here, we're going to take the block and just rest the forehead right here on the block, right next to that left leg, positioned in away from the body enough that you can still have a little bit of length in the spine, but you're nice and stable here. And then we'll just soften the arms down towards the earth. And we're going to stay here for many breaths. And we're just going to focus on softening, relaxing, surrendering the weight of the body to gravity. Soften that left foot. Soften the left leg. As you inhale, notice how the back body expands. As you exhale, notice where else you can soften. Notice what you feel in your back. Maybe rock your forehead a little bit from side to side on your block. If you don't have a block here, you can just forward fold over the left leg and continue to soften. You maybe want to improvise a little bit. You could use a box or maybe a really firm, thick pillow or a bolster perhaps. Continue to deepen the breath, soften the body. Keep the attention on the throat, that glowing blue color. Maybe saying to yourself, either out loud or in your mind, I communicate to be understood and to understand. I communicate to be understood and to understand. And we'll just stay here for 3 more full, quiet breaths. Perhaps softening even more, getting really, really heavy here. When you're ready to come out, go ahead and take the block away. Gently walk yourself up with your hands to a nice tall seat. And then let's draw the left foot in to meet the right, coming into butterfly pose, Badakanasana. And you can have your heels as close to the groin as feels good to you here. Again, you can use blocks or cushions or rolled up towels or blankets for support under the knees. You could also have the feet farther away. Maybe experiment with that and see how that changes the feeling in your hips here. You could be sitting on a pillow or something here to lift up the hips if you like. But we'll find that nice tall seat again and kind of draw the elbows down towards the thighs as we lift the heart and draw the shoulder blades down the back, tuck the chin, lift the crown of the head. And the next time you inhale, we're going to lean forward. Looking out over the toes, exhaling to soften. Maybe not very far forward. Just getting a nice stretch here as we maybe press down into the thighs with the forearms or the elbows here, if that feels good. And then we'll inhale to come back up to a nice tall spine. Let's inhale and arch the back, coming into a seated cow pose here, lifting the heart. And then exhale, rounding back into cat pose, pressing back through the shoulder blades. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. And one more time, inhaling cow, arching the back, lifting the heart, drawing the elbows down. Exhale, cat, drawing the belly button into the spine and really rounding back. Inhale back to your nice tall seat. And then we'll send that right leg out long, bringing the sole of the left foot to the inside of the left thigh here this time. We're going to balance everything out. We'll find that nice, beautiful spine here with the lifted heart, the soft shoulder blades. Flex the foot to start with here. And with the heart in alignment with the right knee, we'll inhale the arms up to our victorious pose, drawing those shoulder blades down and together, and then exhale to hinge forward at the hips. Inhaling to lengthen and draw the heart forward. Exhale to soften or deepen. When you're ready, release the palms or fingertips down to the mat. Continue to inhale and soften. Exhale and deepen until you get to a place where you're at a good level to take your block to the inside of the right leg and rest the forehead on top, softening the arms down towards the earth. Releasing that right foot. Take a nice big inhale here and just exhale to let it go. Allowing the body to be heavy, allowing the body to be anchored to the earth. We are part of the earth. We are part of this whole universe. Our bodies are made up of fresh water, fresh air, even of sunshine. As we absorb the sun's rays to create vitamin D in our bodies, we are made of sunshine and air and water. Soften. Maybe visualize that blue glow, that beautiful sky blue glow, the sun shining. Continuing to breathe that balanced breath, softening the jaw, the legs. Noticing the back body expands as you inhale. Getting heavier as you exhale. I'm glad we're not mowing the lawn or whatever the neighbor's doing. I apologize. That's part of our yoga practice, is finding balance and equanimity, that nice solid core within ourselves where we know that things come and things go, but we can be the steady caretaker of our souls. When you're ready to come out, go ahead and remove the block and begin to walk yourself back up to a nice tall seat. And then let's draw that right foot in towards the left foot again. And this time, let's take a moment to just massage the feet. Just use your thumbs, your fingertips, maybe press into the balls under the big toes, maybe into the balls under all the toes. Maybe squeeze and pull the toes away from the feet, getting some space in the joints. Maybe bring your thumbs to the inside of your ankles. Rub along the heels here. Might feel nice to take your fingertips in between all the long bones in the tops of the feet. You know, there are 26 bones in the foot. Right around there anyway. All these little tiny fragile bones that support us all day long. Let's give them a little bit of love, a little bit of kindness, a little bit of attention, taking care of ourselves, allowing ourselves to be our own healers. And then let's go ahead and draw the knees together. And let's come to Verasana, hero's pose. So I'm just going to show you from the side here. I'm sitting back on my heels, full Verasana, sitting down on the mat with the heels kind of out to the sides. I don't do that because it's hard on my knees. Or you could do a seated or a supported hero's pose, stacking 1 or 2 blocks in the lowest position and the widest position, right underneath the sit bones, in between the feet, and just sit up nice and high here. Let's go ahead and take that right hand and bring the palm to the back of the neck. Let's bring the fingertips kind of over towards the left side of the neck, and holding on to the back of the neck, let's just go ahead and kind of take the gaze out over towards that right elbow. Get a little stretch here in the back of the neck. And then begin to take those fingertips and start massaging along the back of the neck. Maybe getting down towards the shoulder. Maybe getting up towards the base of the skull. Maybe moving your head around a little bit to aid you. Not overdoing it though, still being gentle and not pressing on the bones in the spine, in the cervical spine, in the neck there. But just continuing around on the opposite side of the spine, coming towards the right side. When it feels like it makes sense to you, switch to using the heel of the right hand and continue the journey towards the front of the neck. Not going all the way to the very front, staying on the side, but maybe getting down lower towards the chest, or maybe up high here underneath the ear and the jaw. And then let's go ahead and release that hand and switch sides, bringing the left palm behind the neck, letting those finger pads rest on the right side of the neck here. And we'll just take the gaze over to that left elbow, pressing into the right side of the neck here, getting long, and then beginning that same journey around the left side of the neck and the back of the neck, or excuse me, right side, the back, without getting the bones in the spine. Skipping over the neck bones and continuing around towards the left side. Taking special care wherever you feel like you would like to, wherever feels good to you, and switching to the heel of the hand whenever that seems to make sense in your body. Oh, getting right up underneath the jaw. When you find a place that's really tender, definitely stay there. Oh my goodness. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and release that hand down. And then let's take the chin to the chest. And then roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. Chin to chest. Left ear, left shoulder. One more time, chin to chest. Right ear, right shoulder. Chin to chest, left shoulder. Chin to chest, and then let's inhale and bring the head right up on top of the spine. And then let's take these blocks out from underneath us if you're using them and come up to high kneeling. Set the blocks aside if you have them, but keep them close by in case they come in handy later on. And we're just coming to a high kneeling pose, and we're going to take our hands to our hips here. And we're going to reestablish that nice long spine and kind of draw the tailbone down towards the earth. You can have your toes curled under here, or you can have the tops of the feet on the mat, whatever feels more balanced to you. Knees right underneath the hips. And let's go ahead and send the right leg out to the side, pressing the whole sole of the foot onto the mat. Might feel a little awkward, but we can be okay with a little awkward because we're pressing into that heel and getting a nice big stretch along the back of the calf, maybe on the inner thigh. And then let's draw that right hand down the right thigh. And then maybe inhale and lift the right arm up, drawing all the way up through the fingertips and then pressing down into that left knee. Inhale here, and then exhale to bend the right elbow and come over towards the right with the left fingertips any amount, keeping long through that left side body. The next time you inhale, go ahead and bring your arms out to a T. And as you exhale, bring the left hand to a block or to the mat, keeping the right foot where it is and drawing that right arm up over the right shoulder, stacking the shoulders. So the left hand is pressing down onto the mat or on a block. The right fingertips are reaching up towards the sky, kind of this simultaneous sensation of being grounded and uplifted at the same time, stretching long through the hip and the right side body. Continuing to breathe that nice balanced breath here. Take the gaze up towards the sky, or maybe see if it feels better to be in line with the heart or down at the earth. Noticing what you feel in your neck and taking a position with the gaze that feels supportive. Maybe you want to draw the right fingertips out along the right ear, making this nice long diagonal line from the right fingertips all the way down to the outside of the right foot. Pressing evenly through everything that's contacting the earth. The left hand, the left knee, the right sole of the foot, rotating the heart up towards the sky, opening up through that right shoulder. And then let's take those right fingertips down towards the earth and around the front of the body and back up towards the sky, making a nice circle with the arm here, getting some rotation in that shoulder socket. And if this doesn't feel good to you, you can keep the circles really small. And then we'll reverse the circles, opening up, bringing the arm back down towards the side body and down and up and over and through. Inhaling as the arm lifts up. Exhaling as the arm comes down. The next time you inhale, use that momentum to come back up to arms in a T. And then take the right knee back under the hip and let's come down to hero's pose. Shake out through the shoulders. Maybe take that block down over there on the right side because we're gonna even things out here. Maybe rotate the shoulders up and back and down. And then we'll come back up to our high kneeling pose, taking the hands to the hips and sending the left leg out, making sure that right knee is right underneath the right hip and pressing the sole of the foot into the mat so that it is parallel with the short end of the mat there. Finding that nice tall spine. Go ahead and take that left hand to the outside of the left thigh. And then let's inhale and reach the right fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale to soften and maybe continue the journey over towards the left with the right fingertips. Couple breaths here. And then we'll inhale the fingertips back up to the sky. And then exhale to bring the right hand to a block or to the mat. And lift the left fingertips to stack over the right shoulder. Making a nice triangle here with the body. And it doesn't have to look exactly the way I'm doing it, just so that you get that sensation in the body. Lifting up through the left fingertips, maybe wiggling them up towards the sky. Pressing down through the right hand and the right knee and the left foot. Grounded down, and as you inhale, lift through the left fingertips. Taking the gaze wherever it supports your neck. Maybe experimenting a little bit. Noticing what you feel in that left hip, and then maybe taking the left arm out alongside the left ear, coming into that nice diagonal line. Maybe rotate those left pinkies down towards the earth so that the palm is almost facing behind you, even as you press into the right hand and rotate to open the heart up towards the sky. Keep the chin tucked. Inhale here, and as you exhale, release that left arm down towards the earth and in front of you. And inhale alongside the left leg and up towards the sky, making our circles here on the second side. Circles can be as subtle or as generous as feels good in your shoulder today. And when you're ready, go ahead and reverse the circles, opening up through the front body. Find 2 more full circles here. And the next time you inhale, let the momentum carry you back up to T-shaped arms, drawing the left knee back underneath the hips, settling back to the heels in your hero's pose. Taking a moment to reconnect with the breath. Noticing what you feel in your body. Noticing if you feel any difference in your energy since you started your practice. And then let's go ahead and come to our mat in such a way that we can get into child's pose. I like to bring the toe tips together, take the knees as wide as the mat, and then send the hips back towards the heels. And you can soften the forehead down to the earth or to a block in any position that feels good to you. And just release through the back body, softening where you can. Whatever feels good to you. And then let's go ahead and inhale kind of to tabletop in the arms, keeping the knees as wide as feels good in your body. Plant that left hand right underneath the gaze. And then let's draw the right fingertips back like we're drawing back the bow of a bow and arrow, tracing along the inside of the left arm and across the shoulder and then the collarbones and then the right shoulder, reaching up towards the sky, getting a nice big twist. Wiggle your fingers as you inhale, and as you exhale, draw that right arm underneath the left, coming in to thread the needle, bringing the right shoulder and the right temple down towards the mat. Stretch that left arm out long, and then draw the left arm back to gently cross over the right. And take a nice deep breath and then soften as you exhale. Letting the hips be heavy. Coming back to your balanced breath or that Ujjayi breath. Taking your focus to the throat and that beautiful blue color. Maybe affirming again, I communicate to be understood and to understand. I give voice to myself and to the voiceless. The next time you inhale, let's come back up to tabletop in the upper body. Plant that right hand right underneath the gaze. And then draw back that left arm like a bow and arrow, tracing along the body. Lifting the left fingertips up to the sky. Getting a nice big twist here. And if that's hard on the shoulder there, you can definitely lower the arm down. Wiggle the fingers up as high as comfortably goes, and then exhale, drawing the left arm underneath the right. Coming to the left shoulder and the left temple, stretching that right arm out long to begin with, and then draw it back to rest across the top of the left arm. Kind of weighting the arm down. Inhale here, exhale to soften. Softening the muscles of the face, the jaw, the neck. Softening the shoulders, letting the hips be heavy. 2 more breaths here. When you're ready to release, inhale to press yourselves up to a nice tabletop here. And then let's do something a little bit different. If you have a blanket or a towel or something to cushion your ribs underneath you, that might feel good. But we're going to come all the way down to the belly. Coming into a nice soft sphinx pose here. Drawing the shoulder blades down the back, tucking the chin, pressing into the elbows. One nice big breath here. And then let's spin the elbows out towards the sides. And either stack one hand on top of the other and bring the forehead to the back of the top hand. Or bring your temple or cheek down to the mat, looking out over your left or right shoulder, doesn't matter which, because we'll switch. And we're going to take this prone Shavasana. And if this doesn't feel good for you, go ahead and turn over into traditional Shavasana, laying on the back. But maybe let's experience gravity in just a slightly different way. Maybe shake the hips a little bit from side to side, and then just let the heels fall out towards the sides of the mat, letting the tops of the feet rest. Noticing how as you inhale, the belly gets a kind of a massage on the mat here, massaging your internal organs. Inhaling to notice how the back body expands. Exhaling to soften and become heavy. Breathing here. Maybe letting go of the control of the breath now and just coming back to your normal, natural breath, letting the body take over for you. Coming back to that focused inward attention on the throat. Imagining that beautiful blue sky. Imagining that color within you and surrounding you. And as you lay here, maybe think about something that you're grateful for. Maybe it's a new purchase that you've made. Maybe it's a furry family member. It might be a warm cup of tea in the morning. It might be a good book or a fun podcast. Just something small in your everyday life that you're grateful for. And then maybe think about a place that you love, somewhere you've been or somewhere that you would like to go. Somewhere like maybe the beach or the top of a mountain or a beautiful lake. Somewhere that you would love or that you love to go. And then maybe think about something that makes you laugh. Maybe it's a kitty cat or a puppy dog or some other kind of pet that we don't typically think of, snakes and rats and birds. Maybe it's silly cat videos. Maybe it's a favorite TV show, just something that always makes you laugh. And as you think about this thing or things maybe that you're grateful for, and this place or these places that you love, that you would like to go or have been, and as you think about whatever it is that makes you laugh, come back to that beautiful blue glow, come back to that focus on the throat, and come back to that affirmation. I speak to understand and to be understood, or I communicate to be understood and to understand. Allowing all of that positive energy that you've created with the power of your amazing mind to just permeate your whole entire being. And if you've had your head turned to one side, go ahead and without disturbing yourself too much, turn your cheek to the opposite side.
And let's just stay here in this glow, these beautiful generated feelings that we've created. And find a few more deep breaths, continuing to soften, continuing to glow that beautiful, positive, blue, energetic glow. And then maybe bend your knees and lift your feet up towards the sky if you're in prone Shavasana. And if you're lying on your back, just begin to wiggle the toes. Rotate the ankles in one direction and then the other. Continue to find gentle movement here through the fingers and the arms, and maybe pressing yourself up through tabletop and coming to your seat, stretching the legs out in front of you in Dandasana pose, staff pose. Finding a nice even seat through the sit bones on the earth beneath you, and stretch those fingertips out towards the sides, drawing the shoulder blades back and lifting the heart, tucking the chin. One full breath here. And then we'll inhale to draw the arms up alongside the ears, bringing the palms together. May you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your hearts. Namaste.